Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Sudip Maiti, Career Acceleration Specialist, and this is the episode number 40. As you all know that we are bringing in this particular platform, so different eminent persons, and we want to learn from them and we want to listen from them and which we can implement in our career journey. So today we have brought one of the eminent person. He is a IT professional in the IT field, more than 20 years, working with the big four, and he is passionate about the automation. And today we'll talk about the topic called the RPA. The topic exactly how can I start my career in RPA, what could be the salary, and what is the future of RPA, and how the RPA came into the picture. So I'm pleased to welcome Mr. Divakara Sarma with the thunderous rounds of applause. Let's hear from him. So, Mr. Divakar, so if you can introduce yourself, so that will be really, really great for the people, those who are listening to us.
Yeah. Hi everyone. Good evening. Myself Divakar Sharma. I have close to 20 years of experience in IT. I started my career in 2003 as an RPA programmer. I'm an RPG developer. This is based on mid-range systems, AS400 technologies. Those are called as green screens also. So I started my career there. I worked in different capacities like a programmer, senior programmer, project lead, and I did my PMP. I played project manager role also. So for the first 10 years of my career, I'm predominantly into the technology, that too with green screen. Then I got a chance to work on some of the workflow systems, BPM they call it as business process management tools. So I learned Pega. I was like an architect and I learned Pega and I was helping the clients in Germany and US to transform their businesses more into the workflow systems. So for the past 6-7 years, I'm into this field of RPA. So RPA stands for Robotic Process Automation. There I got a chance to work on a couple of tools called UiPath and Automation Anywhere. Slowly I transformed my journey from a project management professional to an RPA manager. So right now I'm leading a team of 30 members. I'm working for one of the big four companies. We really work with clients to transform and automate their manual, mundane, repetitive tasks so that people can be elevated to perform some high-end value work. So this is a brief about me.
Thank you, Mr. Divakar, for your nice introductions. So, those who are listening to us in this particular platform, so those who want to build your career in RPA, so I would request if you have any particular questions related to the RPA, you can ask us. We'll try to give you an answer in that particular directions, and or hope so. If I'm not able to give the answer, so definitely you can ask me through mail, or might be I am available in the LinkedIn, Facebook, as well as the Instagram, and you can ask me there itself, and I can get in touch with the Divakar and I can clarify your query. So moving into the next topic, exactly the as you told exactly the what do you mean by, Mr. Divakar? What do you mean by the RPA, and what is the market demands as well as the importance of this particular tool?
Yeah, it's a good question, Sudhir. Um, See, RPA stands for Robotic Process Automation, as I said. Because if you look at the way IT got transformed, initially it got transformed into the digital. Now, it's like application maintenance, like the banks, financial institutions, everybody started using computers in 90s. So the trend actually continued to 2000, 2010. It got transferred to mainframes, then open systems, then if you look at the workflow management system. So at some point of time, we felt like, there are many people who are there in this industry are doing a regular manual book entry kind of thing. So actually, if you look at any back office work, either it's a contact center or a call center, people usually do the same repetitive tasks there. So why don't we automate them? That's an idea that RPA started. So, but RPA will work very well when your process is really business oriented and rule based. If process is rule based, and if you can define the rule, instead of a man or a person, a bot can take over the work. Let me give a quick example. Like you are logging in, you got a call from a person from a business user, I mean end user. They are asking for the loan details. Usually, people will log into two three applications, get their details, then they'll give the no, then they'll get the details and answer the users. Why don't we automate it? So the moment you get a call, rather than he logs into two, three applications, a bot can pick up quickly. It can ask some information of the user, like a user ID or PAN number, whatever it is. Then it can fetch the application. It can quickly log in and it will fetch the information for the for the user, so that the contact center guy no need to spend more time in getting the data. Rather, he can focus more on answering their query, and any they can actually cross sell the products, upsell the products. So that is an idea. So I mean, institutions has found value in it. So slowly they started automating the task. When I say in the RPA, it's not just one tool. There are 30 tools in the market. The top 10 tools, I would call it as like UiPath, Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, and then Copax, Pega, Nice Systems. These are all one of the few top players in the market. So slowly there was a demand happened in the last 7 8 years. People started using these tools, and slowly they started automating the repetitive tasks so that people can move into the high end value work. That's how the journey started. Now there is a huge demand for the market. Now they are getting RPA into intelligent automation. So the Gartner reports, if you see the last 2 3 years, there is a prediction of 20% uptrend in the automation space. So already 50 to 60% of the companies have automated their tasks, at least the low hanging fruits, I would say. Slowly the market will be leading towards the intelligent automation space. So there will be a huge demand in the future also. If people are really able to focus and learn few tools, there will be a demand.
Yeah. So if for the fresher's point of view, if someone has to build their career into RPA, so what are
Mm-hmm.
the different things they need to know exactly? They need to know the coding or the, because the people at the, I have seen that in the IT industry, people have scared about the coding, few people. But
Yeah,
here,
right.
do you think that the people has to write in down the code in the ground level, then only they can learn, or what kind of the basic knowledge they should have, then only people can build their career in RPA?
Yeah, all the tools that are there in the market in right now in RPA, as I mentioned, like UiPath, Automation Anywhere, or Copax, these are all mostly built on low-code, no-code platforms. It's like all like drag and drop. People can start building the automations with little English knowledge, not really much technical. But you want to be really proficient in this space, because the platforms are built on either .NET or Java platform. So if you have good .NET knowledge or some scripting language like a PowerShell, JavaScript, TypeScript, those will be an advantage. Those will be added advantage. So in nutshell, it would be good to have some scripting knowledge with some programming like .NET or Java. Then RPA tool knowledge would help them to excel in their career.
Great, great. So basic, any kind of the background. So do you think that they need to be an engineer or something like that for this?
No, not really. This space is more for the people who can really understand the business by working closely with the business, because it's like process automation, right? You should be having little knowledge on the process, where customer would be explaining what they do by logging into a system, or uploading a report or downloading a report, and how do they evaluate the details. So it's more like a process focused. Either it will be a little domain knowledge in the work they do, like it may be supply chain, banking, finance, or insurance. If they have some end business knowledge and with technical knowledge and tool, they would be able to get it.
Okay, okay. In terms of the certification, is there any kind of the certification is there for this RPA tool, or there is no kind of the no certification is required?
Yeah, as I mentioned, like each of these players like UiPath, Automation Anywhere, they have their own learning portals. They have their own learning tracks. Those are free for anyone. They can actually register with even their Gmail ID also. They can log into their academy, and from there they can enroll for the courses, and they can complete the certifications. If you ask me broadly, this entire RPA space is divided into three categories. One is like the analyst space, the business analyst, who really works with the client, understand their business, document it. Then the developer space, where they actually do the the low code no code platform build, and they execute the bots in the systems. The other track is more of an architect and the manager. Architect is the one who really understand the landscape of this process, because any process built over different technologies or different systems or different applications. So who really understand the integrations also well can be a architect. And then RPA manager is a natural transition of a project manager to who is leading these RPA projects. So they'll be able to manage, the regular project management, like the, like costing, budgeting, and managing the resources and tracking the projects. So these are high level categories people can look forward who wants to be in RPA space.
Okay. So the thing is that, so any specific certification people has to do, or that is the free
I
of
mean,
cost?
I really encourage people to at least focus on two tools like UiPath or Automation Anywhere. They're leading. So once you choose your platform, enroll yourself into the learning portal of the UiPath, because they have an academy. If you type it in Google,
Mhm.
you'll get UiPath Academy. Then, based on your interest, start doing some certification. RPA developer or advanced developer. There are tracks actually. I think they charge $100 or $150 or $200 for the certification, but it will be valid for 2 years, and organizations really look forward for this certification. People who has certification will be having an edge over others.
Okay. Okay. So the each and every certification. So you are talking about, there is a field called certification track, is that the analyst. Okay.
Right,
There is a separate certification called the developers. Correct.
right,
So
yeah,
more or less the cost is both the cases are same, the $100
yeah,
to $150.
right. Yeah, the cost is same.
Okay.
Even
What
it
about
is
the,
true for any
is there
tool.
any, yeah, is there any kind of the track for this, the managerial activity and all, or no?
Not really. I mean, there is no certification as such to claim yourself as an RPM manager, but it is
Mhm.
assumed that you're leading those projects or you had experience in the past, at least 2 3 years of experience in this space, who can manage a team of 10 20 members, who can actually work with clients and capture their automation. With they call it as process pipeline. Who has knowledge and process
Okay.
pipeline? These all managers does.
Okay. Okay. So what is the scope for the job in future if someone is done the certification, or might be the it's looking for change into the RPA? So what is the scope in the market?
Um, at least next 3 to 5 years down the line, I see the strong pipeline where companies are investing huge amount. No Right now, companies for the past few years, if you take from 2017 or 18 till 2022, companies actually focused on picking up one right tool, then started investing in their automation journey. Then they made some, like they choose the right partners like UiPath or Automation Anywhere. Then actually they captured all the processes which are low hanging fruits, which are easy to automate. So they've done that. Now companies are really looking for intelligent automation. When I say intelligent automation, how a bot can think like a human being while taking a decision whether to do or even select, rather than just we direct the bot saying like, if this is the case, do this, if this is the case, do it. If his credit score is more than 700, sanction the loan. If the credit score is less than 700, put it on hold. If it is less than 500, reject it. This is the general case. But how a bot can intelligently think, in the even if it is less than 600 or 700, is there any other things you can see? What are the traits of the customer for the last 2 3 weeks or last 2 3 months? Is it really showing that pattern of paying the credit on time? So these are all we are trying to build an intelligent automation space using Python, some AI, ML models. So this space is going to be little excited when bots started having intelligence. They will be smart enough to take little more work from the users. So the market is there, but it is shifting towards intelligent automation, like document understanding. There are few concepts, like a bot can read any image, any PDF, any document. It can get the summary of it, then it can take a call. So when people actually works with multiple vendors, with multiple invoice formats or multiple clients with the different formats, even bots will be able to capture any format from. I mean the context out of the picture or a document, then it can process it. So I mean we are building, the space is I would say exciting, because slowly we are shifting towards intelligent automation. So this space will be there for at least 3 to 5 years, and there was huge investments made by a lot of big companies.
Okay. Okay. What about the salary if someone has to move into the RPA? So they're expecting as a fresher or might be the 1 or 2 year of experience, how much salary they're expecting from the market?
I mean, you know very well. So the salary always depends on the skill and the market and the
Hmm.
other conditions as well. Based on the profile and
Yeah,
the company. But
correct.
if I look at any services company, maybe the salary would be for a fresher would be 3 to 5 lakhs. Okay, but if you really get some experience, if you build some experience like 4 to 5 years, the salary may be around 12 to 15 lakhs or 20 lakhs. Because this is one of the niche technology, the salaries are little high. But when you become an architect, I'm sure you will be able to get anywhere between 20 to 25 lakhs salary, with less than, I mean, around 8 to 10 years of experience. Of course, it
Mhm.
depends on the demand and other factors, very well. So yeah, these are the guidelines, I would say.
That's very great, exactly. So people at least with the shorter spend they can earn more money in this particular niche.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really great. So another thing is that, so as you told, the RPA is the tool which is helpful for the process automations. Okay, so who is the competitor for the RPA in the market in the current moment? Is there any competitor is there, or it is the market leading tool who can which is
Uh,
useful for that?
RPA is a term which actually it's a
Mm,
broader term. Okay, there are
mm,
different players who is playing it. Okay, the
mm.
market. If you look at the last 10 years, before RPA there was BPM. They call it a business process management. So they
Correct.
will be able to automate the entire loan or loan processing and that. But RPA really came into the picture when you have multiple applications, when people are dealing with multiple applications where there were not much integrations are there, and people are doing repetitive tasks. There is no single platform or tool that is able to cater this. So that's how RPA evolved from BPM. Now RPA,
Okay.
I would say, yeah, it's a basically a tool or another. I mean, any tool of RPA would be able to interact with any application, just like a human being. How you open SAP, how you open Salesforce, how you open a desktop application, or how you open a web application. It just mimicking all the actions that humans are doing. So that's how it got famous, because people who does same thing again and over the days and the years, they will be also get bored. Of course they, because they're getting paid, they might be doing it. That's how RPA came, because bots doesn't need any salary hike. They run 24/7. If the infra is good, with less people, I mean humans obviously will only work for 8 or either 8 hours or 10 hours. But the concept they brought here is, they can leverage the bots to the full extent over the year. Then they can get the good ROI, and there is no error prone, because the bots will do exactly what you've been told. If a person does same thing again and again, maybe there are chances that it does mistake, because when you're entering the data or copy paste, there might be a chance that you miss it, but it's not the case with bots. So that's how bots got evolved. So coming back to your question, for sure, there is a future for the market of the RPA. and whoever the freshers, or even people having some experience in other technologies like Java or .NET with 2 3 years, where they can also get into lateral entry into the RPA space by learning few tools. That's how I've seen people who got translated and transformed. But again, is RPA is only enough? No, you should always be able to learn adjacent technologies like cloud, because at the end the bot runs in cloud environment or it's an on-prem. So if you learn AWS or Azure, if you know the environment or infrastructure little deep, that is an advantage. If you know some scripting, that's an added advantage. If you know some OCR technologies like optical character recognition or documental, and any tools which are adjacent to this area, would be really great. You will be able to scale yourself into the space and outshine the others.
Okay. Okay. So do just my I thought of exactly the Indian service industry, IT service industry. So most of the company I believe that they are using the RPA. They have a RPA client, I believe.
Sure. Yes. Every company, either it's services company or a product company, every
Mhm.
company uses RPA. Maybe they use a different tool. Some company uses UFA, some company uses Automation Anywhere, some company uses Copax. Maybe the landscape is different, but the end they all serve the customers for in the RPA space.
Okay, that will be reduce the process automations. What do you call the in terms of the I would say the service automation also that will be the it will not be the headache for the core industry like a Walmart like company. So every day the people are giving a call, Amazon and all. How many people are giving a call to them for their the service and all? The product is wrongly reached to the place, or might be the amount they're charging that is not the correct. So they're getting so many calls. So that can be handled through RPA, I believe.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Very good questions, Sri. I'll tell you a live example how it works. Like
Yeah,
as you said, you're an end user. You're using an
yeah,
Amazon product, and you are
correct.
not liking the product you got. You want to have a refund. Either you do call a call center or you use a chatbot. You log into the website, then you give your details. Once the chatbot gets your input, it will call an RPA bot. The bot uses your credentials or the ID or the product catalog, whatever you have purchased. It will quickly go and validate in the system. If it validates that yes, you are the right person, you are having the right product, then it can also go and initiate a refund request right away, immediately. So with business rules again, no, no, with outlined business rules. Okay, if the product is less than 2,000 worth, yeah, no question, just give a refund. If you do the program that way, the bot will go and give you the refund, and immediately it will send a response back to the chatbot. Yes, this refund has been done. Then chatbot will pick up the refund ID and it will pop up back to the user saying like yes, refund has been generated. So this is one live example. So there are things which bots can do. I mean, live with 24 by 7 if the infrastructure is there and if you design that way. So every service industry they are using it. For the sake of example, like telecom industry, if you look at big clients use telecom, all the call center activities have been automated now. So majority of the tasks from the call centers, any requisition, fulfillment, supply chain, even claims processing, insurance process, I mean policy administration, and loan processing. 80% of the tasks got automated now.
Oh, that's great. So initially, I believe so there is no ROI, but as soon as so they will start using that particular tool for the long time, so they will get the ROI out of that.
Over a period of 2 3 years, they'll get the ROI. Again, it depends on the volumes. Basically, if the volumes are high, if you're automating a task that can be used for thousands of users, your ROI will be you will be getting the ROI within months. So
Correct.
ROI is directly proportional to the volume of the work you're doing. So obviously, when we present any use case to the clients, there are some factors they would also look for. What is the use case? How much ROI they get? What is the investment? What kind of service or support they get back to ensure these are working? What is the infrastructure cost? I mean, the next 2 3 years, even the maintenance cost and all, we will present it in a form of a proposal. Clients would review. When they are okay, then we go ahead and sell that as a project. Then we start delivering it.
Okay. Okay. Great. So last my query to Mr. Divakar, the thing is that what kind of the message you want to give to this particular platform so that the people can learn the things and they can inspire to do the things and they can build their career in RPA.
I think it all needs little process-oriented mindset, Sudeep. The first thing people should have little business focus. The second one is pick up one or two tools which you really want to build your experience or automation. Then do some certifications. Then you start yourself building some real-time application automation. Like once you get hands-on with few applications, like you need to take one desktop application or a web application. There are websites where some RPA challenges are conducted. People can go and use those websites, start building experience so that they get hands-on experience. So once you have this skill set, and little, of course, you need the communication and soft skills, because you have to manage the clients. They only talk about business. They really don't know the technology and the landscape. So you need to be able to explain them how this entire things works. Once you have the skills, I'm sure you will be either shine as a business analyst or even as a programmer. So they should have little technical skills, like some learn some scripting languages, as I mentioned, JavaScript, TypeScript. Then learn master in one tool at least. So like by doing some certification, by hands on some projects, then you will be able to get it. Once you're able to get in, you will be able to slowly gain the experience, and by improving your exposure and the working on different projects, that's how you build your career.
Great, great, Mr. Divakar. So those who are listening to us in this particular platform, if you have any particular questions, so reach out to Divakar. So Divakar is available in the LinkedIn. Also, other way you can reach out to me in LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram. I am available. So, and I can reach out to Divakar to clarify your query, as I told previously. So, thanks, Divakar, for accepting my invitations, and also those who are listening to us in this particular platform. So, from bottom of my heart, I want to thanks to everyone, and I'm closing this particular that talk show here itself.
uh, Thank you, Sujit.
Thank you.
Have a good
Thank you.
day.